Hello and welcome to Creative Sparkle. My name's Holly and today we're doing a tag with some Polkadoodles products. So grab your art supplies and let's get crafting. Hello, thank you for joining me today. So I've made this tag and I've just cut it out of some paper. If you have some tag that you already have cut out or from a pack or whatever, then whatever you want to use is absolutely fine. I just cut this one out with some card that I had, and I'm going to be using distress inks as you can see here. The colours are Salty Ocean, Broken China and Iced Spruce, so I'm just going to use those to create a sky horizon type thing, and then I'm going to be using some brown shades to do the bottom half. And the distress ink colours that I'll use for the bottom half are Forest Moss, Brushed Corduroy, Vintage Photo and Walnut Stain. So whatever colours that you have, or if you want to do them a different colour, that's absolutely fine. I just wanted to use the blue shades for a sky, and I'm just blending them in just to have a bit of natural-ish looking light. And then the darker colours, in the brown shades, I'll be putting in the bottom half to give it almost a horizon feel to the page. So just for the top half of the tag, once I've finished adding the colours on there, I'm just going to spray a little bit of water on there and then pick it up with a kitchen towel, just so we can see some drips, and then it's got a bit of texture on there as well. So once I've finished adding the distress ink on the bottom half, and if you're happy with the shades, I'm going to move on to the next step that I take, which is to add some modelling paste or texture paste, however you want to call it. And this one is opaque crackle paste. So I'm just going to put it on there on the bottom half for the crackles, just to be in the brown shades there. And then once we've finished adding it, we'll just put it to one side to dry and then let the crackle do its work. So we'll just put that to one side to dry, and then we'll bring in the focal images that I have. So the focal images I have here are from Polkadoodles, and it's the Birdhouse and Piggy. So I'm going to be colouring them with colouring pencils, some Prismacolor pencils, and I'm going to do a different shading in those, and then I will use a fine liner just to go around the image just to make sure that we can still see the outline, and then I'll cut them out and get them stuck on the page. So as we finish cutting the images out, it's going back to the tag now. So the tag itself has finished drying for the crackle paste, and I'm just going to attempt to use some tea stain distress ink, but unfortunately I didn't like how that turned out, so I decided to just use some watered down acrylic paint to go over the top of the crackles, and I think it brings them out a bit more. So I'm just using this chocolate brown, and I will add that to the crackles, and you'll see the difference when I finished adding that, and I'll just add a bit of black to make it a bit darker as well. I won't make you watch all of that. So once I've finished doing that, I'll move on to the next step, which is I'm going to add some normal texture paste or modelling paste and some tulle to the top half, again in the similar shapes that I did before, just to add some clouds. So I will put the modelling paste down, as you can see here, and then I'm going to take some tulle and press it in. So I'm not going to use glue or anything like that. I'm literally just going to crop a bit of that off and press it into the cloud shapes that I've made. Once that's been added, I'm then going to use some pink glitter glue and just add a bit of pink on there as well. You don't see it very well when I show you the pink, but it's just a subtle hint of pink in the clouds, just so that it's more cohesive with the page. So now that bit's sorted, I'm going to use some gel medium to add the focal images that I coloured earlier, and I'm just going to press it onto the back of the image and then press that into the page for the birdhouse. And then once that's finished, I'm going to use some foam tape or foam squares, whatever you want to call them, and put it on the back of the pig so that the pig is 3D and standing next to the birdhouse. So now that they're all stuck down, we'll go on to the final touches. So I'm just using this Paper Mania coloured card in the colour pink, and I'm adding this title Happy. I just cut it out on the scan and cut that I have, and I'm sticking that down with a bit of Mod Podge, but I'll just apply it on the back of the word. And then I'm going to use some lace and 2 different ribbons, so to add the final touch to the tag, which is obviously to put something through that hole. Though I'll add those through, and then that is the tag done. So I hope you enjoyed today's project. If you did enjoy it, please do give this video a thumbs up. The links to the products that I've used from Polkadoodles will be in the description below. So I will see you next time, where we will turn your creative spark into a creative sparkle. Thanks. Bye.